Morning, guys. So we got a risk on signal for our trade of the day. So we do need to see some wicks below on the S&P, on the indices generally speaking. So these wicks need to hold, and we need to wick a little bit below. There's no wick at all, so we're basically hitting the lows of the day. Fairly bearish in so much that we're below the 21 moving average, but we're above our level there. And a little bit sideways on the sentiment. So ideally for our trade of the day, we want this to perform and go a little bit higher. Bit tricky. S&P sideways. So, we see that it's sideways here, on the daily. Look at the hourly, and we're just dropping. We are breaching our level, 4057, 4056 now. So we should be above that, really. So we probably are going to see a wick. It's just being a bit naughty, and it might want to try and lure some bears in, and so that we should be seeing this perform a little bit better, because that should hold 4057. So this hour is going to be very key. Very sideways though, so be careful. US 30, that's going to need to hold 33574. They'd sold it, so they got punished. If we breach, then it tells us that those guys got paid. A little bit sideways here. They're probably going to sell it, and we're going to get the buy. And it won't be a risky buy, because at the high level we're below 50% already. So if they short it, it's just going to add to that bias. So that will probably be a decent support if they sell it here. Okay. DAX, they went long. Just really horrible to trade, really. And so we are a buy, 17%. So very skewed. So many bears in this market. Yeah, so we had an interchange here as well. See the arrows? We had a buy, then a sell within like 2 hours. So that should hold 15338. Big old box though. And so if we go below that, it just tells us that these guys got paid. But we're just chopping so much, it's really hard to map zones for DAX. So these are just like arbitrary zones based on the crossovers, but we've crossed over so many times. It'll be quite hard to draw the zones each crossover, and so that's that. So basically, be careful. I don't know if anyone is trading this. It'd be quite horrible to trade, but maybe it's okay as long as you know where your stop is and you know your size. We should be coming up, but then again, you could argue we're very skewed. We're well below the 20% on the Pareto principle, 80-20% thing. So. Maybe it'll just continue higher, and then these guys will have to get wiped out, but then there won't be any bears left. So really tricky. I'd probably avoid this if you can. Gold, well, we made the buy. I just covered this in the gold channel, and then we made a sell. The fact that they went long up here, which is fine, because we broke that high. They're probably thinking, oh, this is quite bullish now. They're looking at that level maybe. They're probably looking at that. I think, all right, okay, I'm going to try a long, but they didn't realise that they formulated a herd in that bias, and they decided to buy. And so by buying it as a herd, price fell. So that's probably what happened. They looked at that high potentially. Remove that, and that's that. So euro made a buy, so you could go for a long at 106.59. But yeah, it's just it's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Really sideways actually, and we should really be coming up because we're below 50%. We're a static buy, so we should probably be coming up. Dollar yen is just pumping. We made a buy here, so 134.15 should hold, because that's where they shorted it. So if we went below, it would mean that they get paid. So it's probably going to pump. It's probably going to break this high. Very strong, so don't try and fight this, because the yields were pumping, and this tracks the 10 year as well. So quite tricky. There we are wicking a little bit, so we might better see a little. Yeah, we see a tiny little wick below, which we should, because that should hold. And if this does perform well, our trade of the day will be good, and that'll be nice, because we need a positive result from our trade of the day. Be careful, we've got a load of data out today, and then we've got FOMC tomorrow, so there won't be a trade of the day tomorrow, okay? Just so you know. Trade safely, and I'll speak to you guys soon.